guys, I'm Janet, on occasion, and today I'm playing on the Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So I'm actually against Shadow Online Gaming, so you should check out his channel. We've played a few games in the past, and yeah, we had an evening free, so we decided to have a few games. So this is one of 3 matches we played one evening that I'll be covering, because yeah, it's always good to, always good to get some battles up, because I haven't been doing that a lot lately. And yeah, I definitely want to remedy that. So he was kind enough to let me put the replays up. I think he's putting his up as well. But these were friendlies. These aren't, sort of big competitive matches. We weren't taking them too seriously. So bear that in mind. But we did want to try out some of the new Regiments of Renown. So if I go over my army, so I've got the Firebark Elders Treekin, which give, I think it's 40%. Let's see if I can get in here. Come on. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. So yeah, 40%, is it? Soul Eater. Miscast Child, that's the enemy, I guess. Where are they? Siege attack. Fire resistance, there we go, 70%. So we've got 70% fire resistance, which is absolutely huge. And you'll see also, it gives a plus 40% flame resistance to surrounding units as well, which is absolutely awesome. So you can keep your front line safe from fire, which, yeah, for the Wood Elves, that is massive. That is so useful. Also, I've got the Wardens of Scythrol, which are the Wildwood Rangers, and they're actually, yeah, they have shields, which is very cool. So, yeah, very fun. I think they've also got some other things, but, yeah, just the fact they got shields and still, be able to do super damage is fantastic. And also the Winterheart Guards, so they're Eternal Guards, but they're unbreakable, which is very cool. So great for a front line. So yeah, I've also got a couple of Dryads with me, because yeah, against the Beastmen, I think they're really good at getting through those sort of cheaper infantry. They're good damage dealers, and it means that my sort of core in the middle, with the spearmen and everything, can ward off like Minotaurs and, Gorbals, anything big that comes along. They can hold out pretty well against them. So I brought Orion with me as well. So I love Orion's magic attacks, they're very useful. I've also got a couple more Treekin in here as well, so they're going to get that fire resistance thanks to the Firebark Elders, so I don't have to worry too much about them anymore. And I've also got the Hawkeyes of Drakira, which are very cool actually. So they're Way Watchers. So obviously Way Watchers are very good, but they've also got this discouragement as well when they hit people, which is huge. Minus 16 leadership for anything they're attacking is massive. That is going to help rout enemies so easily, especially because, they can stalk and everything. So if you can get behind the enemy and, start shooting them, they're going to hit. They're going to have, such a huge hit to their leadership. It's massive. So, absolutely love that. So, yeah, I'm sure you noticed these guys over here. I didn't. I wasn't looking out for these. He's got some Centaurs with great weapons. He's got the Sons of Goros, Centaurs with great weapons. What's their thing? It's magic attacks, isn't it? Yep, so they got magic attacks, which is very cool. So finally they've got a good counter for any ethereal units, which is something that actually is only really you'd bring Brace, Shame and a Death, use Spirit Leech or Fade of Buna, and that would be your tool. You'd always have to bring that if the enemy could bring ethereal units. You'd always have to do that, or else a couple of units of Khan Wraiths and you're screwed, aren't you? So that's annoying. So Blackhorn's Ravagers as well. What's their thing? I've forgotten. They're rowdy, so that's fun. And yeah, there's Primal Fury as well, which is pretty cool. So they got a few little bonuses, but they can also stalk, which is very interesting for some Goreherds. So they can sneak up on me, so that's really cool. So that's fun to see. So, oh yes, obviously I brought my Spellsinger, Law of Life, and my word, there's even more over here. Some Ungor Raiders. So very far away though, and now he's climbing up this way, so it can take Shadow a long time to catch up with them. So his front line. So, well actually, let's go straight for the really cool one that we can see here. So he's got the Eye of Morslaib, which is a Cygor, throws Amber, which is really fun, and yeah, magical attacks, because he's throwing Amber. Crazy weapon damage and missile damage, it's really impressive. And yeah, 25 ammo as well, yeah, he's pretty scary. So let's hover over him here. So he's got this Warp Gaze as well, which is just unbelievable. So he can hex the enemy, and they have to stand still, which is great. So he can just throw, rocks at someone who can't move. So you can't even avoid it. It's absolutely terrifying. And just really useful as well. If you've got, your Lord is being attacked by some enemy heroes, you need to get him out of there, you can, use that to save his life. So, a lot of utility. So front line of Ungor Spearman Herd. So, yeah, quite a cheap front line, but then it's backed up with some pretty tough units, so even more Spearmen here. He's got a Beast Lord. Here, he's got the Destroyers of the Drakwold, which are the Regiment of Renown Ungor Spearman Herd. So, if we could see these guys... nope, keep switching between them. Ooh, destroys the Drak World. So they've got Primal Fury as well. They're immune to Psychology, so they're not going to get terrified away. And obviously got the Charge Defense and all the rest of it, which is very cool. And they've got Poison Attacks, so they're going to be really good for pinning down, you know, if they do catch any cavalry, the cavalry aren't going to be able to escape as easily because of that poison, so that's really cool. Also, the Koroks Man Rippers, Bestigor Herd. These guys are also terrifying. So you can see, if we zoom in, they're actually Bestigors are great weapons. They're absolutely terrifying. So they've got this amazing bonus versus large and armor piercing. So yeah, normal Bestigors don't have the anti-large bonus, so that's really interesting. So really elite units, good for taking out, you know, big targets. So got to watch out for that. Got to make sure they don't get on Orion. Also, over here, the Butchers of Kalkengard. So these are Minotaurs with shields, and they look like cows, which I think is hilarious. You know, very sort of black and white cow look, which I think is fun. But also, they can regenerate, so that is terrifying. Regenerating Minotaurs. So, yeah, pretty scary. And now I'm going to speed things up. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Of course I did. So yeah, so I try and get up here, because I don't want to fight on this bit, because I was thinking he'd probably have units, you know, around that can flank me, so it just gives me more time if I go this way. So here, I did try and scout out with my Spellsinger, because I wanted to see what he had. Because I couldn't see, actually. In fact, my Spellsinger couldn't see them when he was here. She had to come all the way around this way before any of these showed up. It was really strange. So you can see, rocks coming for me. And a beautiful, beautiful evade there. So yeah, I was really pleased with that, because that would have hurt. That would have hurt a hell of a lot. So moving all my guys up. So yeah, very tense. Got some forests here as well to, you know, fight in, which is good. Good for Wood Elves. You know, gotta like that. So here you can see my Spellsinger does get warp gazed, so she can't move. But luckily, against like single targets, they're not very accurate, the Cygors. So luckily he misses. So that was lucky, and so close, so close. So here I realised I didn't actually have my Way Watchers on. I didn't turn off fire at will, which I should have done because I revealed them straight away. But I get them on his Butchers of Kalkengard because I want to kill them as quickly as possible. A nice big target, so it doesn't matter when they charge in, I'll still be able to hit them. So that's good. So yeah, big spread of enemies across here, you know, really spread out. But there's a lot of just, you know, Ungor Spearmen and things like that. But his elite units are coming in now, so quite scary. So you get some nice bombard abilities on these guys. I think I also use the Hounds of Orion here. Maybe not actually, maybe I used them over here. I'm pretty sure I used the Hounds of Orion. Never mind. So as you can see, the Ungor Spearman herd just did not hold up against the Wardens of Scythrol and Orion and the Firebark Elders. So there's a lot there, which is very tough. But these Koroks Man Rippers are going to be very, very dangerous. Oh, here did actually get attacked. My Hawkeyes got attacked by the, you know, that Vanguard, you know, deployment over there. There's bloody cavalry. So that's a real shame. So I'm taking a lot of damage. I use that smoke bomb to try and speed, like, slow them down so I can escape. But the cavalry are very quick. So this is going to be difficult. So I did try and get him out of there, but I've lost a lot of units. That was very expensive for me. But I was too busy concentrating on his front line, which, as you can see, has suffered a lot of damage. So that's not so bad. I got the Dryads. They're more damage dealers. They don't really, you know, hold up long in combat. But you can see I managed to get them in the back here, and yeah, all around the sides. They're managing to do quite a bit of damage. But amazingly, morale is holding, probably thanks to the you know, to the Beast Lord in there. So I sent Orion back, and these Wardens of Scythrol to help deal with these guys back here. And as you can see, these are terrified away. So that's a shame. My Waywatch has been terrified, but you know, they're getting out of that fight, and I've got these other guys, you know, held down. Unfortunately, it's the Blackhorn Ravagers, and they're pretty formidable. So I don't really want them on my Wardens of Scythrol. I want the Wardens of Scythrol to be fighting their cavalry. But, you know, can't have it all. So over here, you know, Koroks Man Rippers doing a great job. But yeah, it's just Eternal Guard. So they're not going to be able to hold out very long against, you know, these elite Beastmen units. So that's a bit of a pity. Firebark Elders at the moment doing nothing. Really need to sort that out. So get another Bombard here. Because, yeah, there's just so many enemy units that I can you know, squish. So here you can see they do have the Ungor Raiders, but yeah, I'm managing to rout them pretty damn quickly, to be honest. They're taking some hits from the Hawkeyes of Drakira, I think, but mainly I'm just using the bombard abilities from Orion, because these guys are so unarmoured, they get killed so quickly by those abilities. So, so that's really good. Annoyingly, you know, these Blackhorn Ravagers are holding out quite a long time. So I managed to get these Hawkeyes of Drakira into the trees, and yeah, I'm trying to get them on their elite units again. But you can see a lot of the enemy units are coming back. And yeah, Shadow has been quite good to bring them back nice and quickly. So I still got my Dryads causing a fuss here and keeping his good units sort of secluded so I can you know, get a good surround on them. So using Earthblood on the Dryads, I want to try and keep them alive because you can see they're everywhere. How did the unit even get in that shape? It's amazing. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, finally taking out these Sons of Goros. So yeah, Cavalry haven't been cycle charging them quite enough. But now Orion's back in the fight, so that's really good. And yeah, this Iron Morselime, he's starting to take some damage. Thank God, because that's not something I want to fight for long. And yeah, starting to get some more arrow fire on the Butchers of Kalangard, because I really want to take them out. Luckily, that minus 16 leadership is really going to help get rid of them quickly. But, of course, they've got regeneration, so if they run away and I just leave them, they're going to regenerate and come back. So that's a bit scary. But, you know, I'm going to keep hitting them. Unfortunately, a lot of arrow fire here. A lot of arrow fire. But luckily, it's mainly getting into my Treekin, who've got great physical resist. And, you know, fairly good armour, actually. What is it? It's 80 armour, which is fairly high. So these guys are like the armour piercing, they're not going to do much damage to them. So that's good. And so there we go, I managed to scare them all off. So rather happy about that. So yeah, that was a fun match. Got to try out some new units, and you know, we got to see what was you know, what was good against what, which I think was really good. And yeah, try out some of these new units, which are really fun. They really help mix things up a bit. I'm really glad that all the other factions got this treatment, because yeah, it was a bit of an advantage for the rest of, you know, the rest of the world, the rest of the old world having, you know, Regiments of Renown, and then there's Wood Elves, Beastmen, Chaos, and Bretonnia didn't have any. So you couldn't just sort of, you know, later in the game you can just go, okay, I'll just recruit all my Regiments of Renown because I need an army here now. Which is something you could do before. But they have balanced it. They did add the 10-turn sort of wait, you know, between recruitment. So if you lose a unit or disband a unit, you've got to wait 10 turns before you can get it back, which I think makes it a lot more fair. It's a lot more balanced. I'm surprised they didn't do that earlier, because, yeah, it was when only a few factions had the Regiments of Renown that it was most unfair. Now everyone's got Regiments of Renown, so that 10-turn wait isn't necessarily, you know, the end of it. So, yeah, it seems odd they didn't put that in sooner. But they've done it now, thank God. I think that'll really help. I mean, I've played a few campaigns, and it does seem to be a lot more balanced, I think. If you destroy a Regiment of Renown in a battle, you know it's not going to come back again soon, so you do get a bit of an advantage, you get a bit of a respite for actually winning a battle, rather than just having to fight the same unit again next turn, because, you know, they're available straight away. So that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, that's been dealt with. So I like that. And obviously the new Regiments of Renown, they are so interesting. They really mix up, you know, how you're going to fight. Because, yeah, I've got a feeling that these 5 Arch Elders, they're going to completely change the meta for Wood Elves. Because people are going to bring them all the time. And it just means the usual thing of just bringing a load of, you know, Bright Wizards and Knights of the Blazing Sun and, you know, any other fire attack units. They're not going to help anymore, you know. They're not going to be sort of a panacea against Wood Elves. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that changes it up in multiplayer. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.